When you're young, life seems to go by at a really leisurely pace. Do you remember the summer holidays that lasted forever and how long you had to wait in between birthdays? As we get older, life speeds up, and there seems to be more and more things that inevitably take up our attention, whether through necessity or through our own choosing. Life as a young adult is so varied and so full. Some of us date, some stay single, some get married, some have children, some cannot. Some of us study, others work, some navigate parenthood, some singlehood. Some earn beyond their needs, some need beyond their earnings. Some set up home, some travel, some get new jobs, some lose them. Some stay near families, others move away. Some find making friends easy and others hard. As if the day-to-day stuff of life isn't exhausting enough, we have this idea that we are somehow failing if we don't have the things going on all the time. If you ask someone how they are, how often do they reply, "I'm okay, thanks, really busy, but okay." We live in a society that gains its identity from constantly doing and having a full diary. This is odd, because you will not find this from Jesus. You never get the impression that Jesus was ever too busy. His mission and purpose was to redeem the whole of mankind. The impact of his life was greater than any other the world had ever seen, and yet he's often found telling people to learn the unforced rhythms of grace, to live freely and lightly. He's even found rebuking someone who is trying to serve him and commending her sister who is sat at his feet. In the Gospels, we notice Jesus repeatedly seeking out stillness, quiet, carving out space to be with God, sometimes in solitude, sometimes with a small group of others. Towards the end of his life, it says that Jesus went out as usual to the Mount of Olives. The Greek word here is ethos, the word we use to describe a value, an attitude, a way of seeing and doing life. The usual practice of Jesus, his habitual, day-to-day way of doing life, was grounded in spending time in quiet solitude with the Father. What is interesting is that in studies of happiness and well-being, they show the most effective ways to be content is through practicing stillness and contemplation regularly. This should not be surprising. God knows best how to care for our well-being. What God knows best is reflected here in the life of Jesus, and followers of Jesus need to be followers of the ways of Jesus, which include an ethos of silence, solitude, and prayer amid activity that has an eternal impact. Perhaps we too need to carve out a space, a place in our time, in our physical surroundings to just be, to rest, to breathe, and to do so as usual. Perhaps we have to learn how to let go of our precious busyness and efficiency, leaving room instead to be interrupted by God or by others.